Hey everyone, Clint Butler here. I promised, or I told someone that I was going to make a video on how to make the cloud websites inside of SEO Neo. So this is me keeping that promise. I am going to make this pretty obscure because, I mean, if I out like my sites and stuff, inevitably there's going to be some douchebag that wants to report them and get them taken down, and it's just not worth. Internet famous is not worth real world rich, right. And these are businesses, and small businesses depend on me to rank their websites, so I'm not outing a lot of that stuff. This is a my test copy of SEO Neo, so you don't get to see a lot of, or any of my clients. I have one client in here, and that's going to be blurred out. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. First thing you do is open the Cloud Blogs thing, obviously, and then create a folder. In this case, I'm going to make some websites about schema. And I don't have to be particular about the name. You can do client name, whatever you want, however you want to be organized. Then we're going to generate a Cloud Blog. And the next thing you need to do is pick some keywords. What we're going to use is these four, or these three. I might use all 1, 2, 3, 4. For sure, we're going to use some. So let's click this. And then I hate that it's not in order. Schema web is the one I want to use. So we use schema web, and because we know there's keyword volume there, it's the only reason we're doing it. There's no other secret name reason behind it. So we're going to do schema web. And the site name is also going to be schema in the web, and we have to make up a site title. So give me a second. Okay, so now we're in ChatGPT, and I am creating a website about website schema markup. The site's name is Schema Web. I need a website title. Let that go. There you go. It's not too bad. Okay, so that's in there. And I'm going to click these two buttons. Now I need a logo. Click that. See what we get out of here. Usually this is pretty decent. But for a while it's been a little bit of hit and miss. Looking pretty good. I think I'm pretty happy with it. Schema web. Perfect. Good job. Save as. And these. Put that back. Save. Now I need a cover photo for the hero section. that contains no text. The image should be 1920 by 1080. I asked for the image sizes just because otherwise it stretches it out. It kind of looks like doo-doo, right? So I give it an image size. I'll put it in there and then play with it. I have another chat that has the exact image size that I kind of settled on, but if I remember correctly, it's 1920 by 1080. But you do that. You play with it and see what image is the right size for you. It looks stretched out. It looks weird. Also, it's a hero, so generally that's why I ask it for no text. I don't want it. So it'll inevitably, even though the prompt says no text, that sometimes it just adds text, and I whatever, I deal with it. But I ask it intentionally not to add text to it. And you have to be careful too, because if you use this over and over for repeated different sites, right? So not different sites, but different markets, it'll start intermixing the images, and then you'll get images that make no sense. Or if you use, like I do, I play around with Midjourney a lot and just try to make art. I'm not an artist by any means of the imagination, but I try to make art, and that results in artsy type images in when I'm doing these prompts too. So that can be cause some issues. To head that off, what you can do is shut off the memory system inside of ChatGPT, or ask it to just clear its memory, and so it won't carry over. Like I have a prompt called Sky. It's an image prompt, and essentially what it does is I can give it a topic, and it'll use buyer personas and create prompts. I don't have to input the Sky prompt into this chat. I can say, hey, Sky, I want you to create this image for me. And it'll, using the memory that it's saved in the system entirety for me, it will leverage the Sky prompt and do that. Yeah, that's okay. Some nodes, a little bit of code. I don't know what that thing is, but it's a cover photo, so I'm not a hero image, so I'm not really thinking about it. So we want to, I'm going to do website schema markup. So we have that. And now we can do this. And we can do this. Okay. And here, for the purposes of this, I'm going to use my website, my Facebook, and all that stuff for this. If this was for a client, this would be all the client stuff. If this is for a lead gen, this would be all the lead gen stuff. This would, you know what I'm saying? So, but it's kind of, it's my website, right? So I'm going to go ahead and use my social stuff in here to get this going. Oh, come on. 8, 7, 6. Okay, and then because this is for my schema course, I'm going to put what ranks in here, and that'll go in here. Okay, so I got that. And then because I want to be associated with schema, I'm actually going to put my bio in here. And that's it. You can do, like, if you were doing a client, use your clients in here. So put your client's information, your client's bio in here. It's just a word write up, and it gets seen across the web as this person is associated with this thing because it's always there, and it's on your websites. If you believe in author rank, there's no proven or disproven that it's actually there. You get some value out of it. And really, at the end of the day, what I'm talking about is you get something like this where you go to the images and you see these entities that you're associated with. This is stuff that I talk about, right? Except for beard. That's weird. If I switch it to just my name, there's me is here. I'm at YouTube and schema. See, I'm associated with schema. I'm associated with digital marketing. But I can't see that because it's out of the window. See, digital marketing. So you want to leverage that as much as you can across the point, especially if you're building something for yourself. Contact us. Okay. I need a contact us page 3 paragraphs. $300 to $500 tokens. And I'm just creating a really good thing. It's going to be relevant to the brand. It's going to be relevant to the topic, and be able to put things together. I don't need the phone number, obviously, but that's pretty good. So what we're going to do is click here. It's in there. We don't need this. We don't need this. And we do need that. So we go here, 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 and yes. There you go. Done. And these links around there, this gets spread across for a site-wide link. Don't necessarily need it. If you want to, you can put backlinks in here. Let's see. You ready to supercharge your SEO with advanced schema market? There we go. Right. And then what I could do is add a link here and then put what ranks in there. Save. And now that's going to be on all the pages that it or this contact us page, and the link to the contact us page is going to be always there. So, okay. So now we're going to do the about us. I need an about us. Same parameters, please. Just so it's not too short, it's not too long. The token count, something that it understands, so your section is reasonable. We believe every piece of online deserves to be understood, crafted schema strategy, content relationships, blah, blah, blah. So it's really pretty good. Okay, I'm happy with that. So we go here. And then founded by a team of SEO strategists. A team of SEO strategists, right? And then I'm going to do this for giggles. Put digital here in there. There you go. So it's there. So I have a link in here. I have a link in there. All of the pages will link to the contact us and the about us. If you did nothing else and you just created you kept using this over and over again, you would build links to those pages and making them more valuable. And you're building links to your socials will rank the brands, right? So we got that. In regards to the layout, just pick whatever floats your boat. I just generally, depending on how many sites I'm making, I just skip through 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and it kind of varies it up a little bit. They're all generally going to look the same. So the next thing I need is I want to save that schema web. I'm going to use that. So we're going to click on generate blog, and it's building the website on your computer and saving the files on your computer. If you know where to find them, you can actually add your own unique pages to it, etc. I've never tried finding them and then redesigning them and then uploading it again. I've never tried that. In theory, that would work. But again, like I said, I've never tried it. So But if you're one of those super nerds that likes playing with things and breaking things, then try it out. All right, so schema web, we're going to do is upload it. And then I'm going to pick a region. I generally just stay in the US. You're good. I'll schema web. Okay. That's the bucket I want. So I'm going to just click this, schema web, create. Schema web, market. There you go. Someone is using schema web, so I just added another relevant keyword to it. No big deal. And then directory, you use that if you want to create like categories or whatever. So what I generally do is if it adds it, I put it in here. Actually, I want to take that out, and I just want to do the schema markup. Okay, there you go. And then here, I'm going to go region, San Francisco, bucket, web. It's creating it. Schema market. Create. Here, New Jersey, schema web. Oh, I don't know this. This one is dumb. You got to have the credentials for the right thing. I only have credentials for Silicon. It's dumb. Schema markup. If you don't have to create directories. If you don't, it just says uncategorized in your URL structure, which is kind of sloppy. So I just add a keyword to it. It's no big deal. Wasabi, for whatever reason, I think it's making it, but it's not reporting back to Neo, so I don't use it. We're going to go to Linode. Los Angeles, schema web. Markup. One of the good things for this is, let's say you're doing personal injury attorneys. You can make a directory for every state. And every client, you get a new client, right? You can reuse for each client. You can go in there and go back and add them to that particular state in that directory to add relevance. That would be a good way to measure it or to play around with this thing. Oracle, for whatever reason, it always gives me drama, so I don't use Oracle. And then we'll go here. These are the easiest ones to set up. If you did, let's say you did one of these for SEO, for example, you can do SEO and then set directory for state or directory for on-page SEO and building for all your on-page SEO stuff or that kind of thing. And it would, and then you can reuse those buckets. So there is a bucket limit on a bunch of these. On a bunch of these. I think Amazon is like 100. You can ask for more if you want to. Or you can just get new accounts. I would ask for more before I would buy I would get new accounts. But if you run it into 100, let's say you do one for each state, you can add a directory for each niche. And then you have this network of a few thousand websites, for one for each state, and then need directories, etc. And kind of keep it all siloed that way if you want to. So that's another option. Okay, and then I have all those selected. I'm going to upload. What I expect is this AWS is going to say that it's failed, but it doesn't actually fail. Essentially, what I think is happening is that once you make it the first time, it doesn't reset, right? And once if it doesn't, if you get that and it says it's failed, what you do is make the rest of them, let it finish making the rest of them, close it out, close Neo, reopen Neo, and then go back into AWS, and your bucket will actually be there, and you remake the directory and then click upload, and it works. And then you'll have to close Neo and reset again to do it. There's just something with the coding and with the API that won't let you, or it just stopped letting me. Maybe there's a setting in my account or something, I don't know, but it stopped letting me build these consecutively over and over and over again. All right. So now I have my websites, they're all made. I'm going to go back into the cloud blogs, and you see it's right there. And then you see the URLs right there. And they open up. And let's see, there's schema web markup. This is because of the way I wrote my bucket, so it should have been different. But so let's look at one of the sites. You can see the layout at work. And there you go. So what will happen is, as you use this software, this fills in like a blog roll, and then links to the softwares. You see the About Us is right here. There's my link. The contact is here. There's my link. This generic form. It doesn't go anywhere, so don't worry about it. And then you have all your legal pages are there too, for giggles. But as you add more content and the categories or whatever in this particular blog, it'll pop in. Essentially, categories is going to be the directory of those, but so it'll list a blog rel here, and then have some interlinking already set up. And really, that's it. So what I do is I'll create 25 of these for a website for a client, and just go down the line here. Like, okay, let's say, okay, I'm done with that website. I need to make 14 or 23, let's say 24 more websites about the same topic. Give me 24 website names to use. And there's my 25 names. And then I'll just go down the line and make me one for Schema Hub, make me one for Schema Mastery, make Data Tag Pro. What you're really looking for is there's some kind of keyword representation in here for your market, for your market. So if this was personal injury, you want a personal injury attorney, personal injury lawyer, that kind of thing, right? So these are all keyword related, pretty much on point. And these would be the bucket names now across the board, and you can just go, okay, give me a title for number one, which is Schema Hub, right? So we're going to use Schema Hub. Oops. Generate a cloud blog. Schema Hub. Schema Hub, centralized solutions. Need Schema Hub again. We did number 2. Change that. Okay, now logo. While it's doing that, I can add my socials to here. 7. Okay, and I'm gonna add my info in here. Okay. Now I should have this. That's good. I was waiting for it to stop. So let me copy. There we go. Save image. Okay, now I need the hero image. 1920 by 10. Remember to keep asking, or in this regard, ask for it all the time, because otherwise you just get another square image. Then I'll upload this. We got that, and we have to wait for this now. And it's making something that exactly like the other one. Now I need a hero image 1920. Pixels, no text. Visualizing website structure. How's that? Or how about you can do this to elements that Google Vision would interpret for the topic. Boom. Now let's see what we get. And what I found is once you find a prompt that works, kind of stick with that. You don't have to do what I do is continuing on the chat. It's actually probably better if you just go back and reset, go back to the chats, right? And then start again. So like here, I would click and edit that in number 2, and now I needed a logo. Now I need the image. But you want to save, once you find something that's working, you want to save that particular prompt so that you can use it again. And this one's not turning out too horrible. Not entirely what I had in mind, but it is a cloud site, so it's okay. Save. And go. I should remember the parameters we gave it earlier, so shouldn't have to do that again. There we go. It added that phone number in there, which I don't want. I don't need any of this. Mastering structured data. You know what I should do is go to what ranks, put this course slot here. That'd be better. Master structured data. Save. Okay. Now I need. Need about us. Don't ask me why. Sometimes when you're polite, you just have to fight with it last. That works again. Link. And we're good. Decades of experience. I don't have it's not decades. It's not that much. Oops. Oh yeah. I was recording a video and you talked right over it, so that's nice too. That's my wife. How you doing? Love you. All right, so there's that. There's that. There's that. And should be good. Generate blog. Success. And I'm going to copy this again because I got it. This should show you a good example of what happens with this thing too. So just be aware that it's there and it does it. So I'll go here. I'm going to remove this. Schema hub. Create. Says it made the bucket. Remember that. All right. So schema markup. All right. DigitalOcean. Thought I saved that. Schema markup. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. I don't think I mentioned on the other one here. This pull zone, you have to have it. I don't pretend to know what the fuck it does, but it's got to be in there. So I just make it the same name as the bucket, and it works. So, yeah, so there's that. So I'm going to go here, and then I always use cross region for IBM. I just use USA cross region. Create. All right, so it's there, right? So we're going to upload. And you get that error that I was talking about, and the rest of them work. Okay, so we're there. We're good. Now we're going to close Neo. And then we're going to reopen Neo. Then we go to Cloud Blogs, Schema Hub, edit, upload, select this. Which region? I think I used Ohio. Schema Hub, add a directory, schema markup, create, upload, and it worked. Okay, it's just as easy as that. And then if you're going to make more of these, my recommendation is just go through the process, know that the error's there, and know that you're going to have to reset the software. I submitted the ticket to the folks over at SEO Neo. It hasn't gotten fixed yet. So, but that is what it is. They'll get around to it eventually. And with that, that's how I make the cloud blocks. Once you get on a roll with the prompts and you have it set up the way you want to, this actually goes pretty fast. Take a couple hours to make 25 of them. And it's just because the longest part is that stupid upload section. This stuff here is all easy. It's the actual upload and setting all those fields. It's kind of the pain. It takes forever. But the rest of it will fly right by. So go ahead, give this a shot, leverage it however you see fit.